Let's do this thing. Woo! I'm so glad to be back here with you. Back at it with another one for you. Shut up and be quiet. We over here talking about stuff. Today we talking about stuff like we always do. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, all that good stuff. You see, we getting better at the audio and visual and whatnot. I'm working on that stuff now. It's not easy, but it's not hard at the same time. It's just finding the time to do it and make sure we do it right. So that's the main thing. Want to try to give you all quality as much as we can for what we got, because you know our budget is a shoestring budget, so we rocking with what we got. All right,
we making it work.
We making it do what it do.
Do what it do.
Yes. All right, my cousin. Today, let's talk about this here. A wild road trip story you done been on. And I know you got several. Several. I want to hear from you first on yours, and then I'll tell you mine, because I'm pretty sure mine is not going to be anywhere near as entertaining as yours.
I'm trying to think of which one would really...
anytime you got to narrow them down, like, who was it that many?
I'm going to tell you my most favorite one.
All right, go ahead.
So, the trip was to Michigan to go to the Big Ballers Christmas party, which was hosted by or thrown by Insane Clown Posse and Psychopathic Records.
Okay.
So, this particular Christmas party was on like a Saturday.
All right.
And it's in the wintertime, hence Christmas, right? So we're from Virginia, so we're used to Virginia weather.
Right.
So it's myself, Bo, Crystal, and Jason, which was the group at the time. And we set out to go to Michigan on a weekend to this Big Ballers party.
Okay.
So I made all of the arrangements, which is what I always do, because nobody does the legwork. They benefit, but they don't do the legwork. So booking the hotels and getting the rental car and all of the things that should be shared responsibility, I'm always in charge of. So we get everything, we jump in the car, we leave to go to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And so first of all, we get to Michigan and we go to find our hotel. So this is back before
this is back before GPS. This is when you had the MapQuest and print out directions.
This is when we had like MapQuest and confirmation things we printed out and things of that nature.
Oh yeah.
So we get to Michigan and we go to our hotel. And the hotel looks so sketch, but it's a big high-rise hotel, and outside it looks sketch, but it's like this is a huge hotel that look like they got hundreds and hundreds of rooms. So right, it can't be sketch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go to park, and the parking attendant gives us a ticket to put in the truck or whatever. And he's like, we're not responsible if your car gets damaged or stolen. And at this time in Michigan, in Detroit, car theft was bananas.
I was about to say, oh yeah.
So we looking like, how we gonna get home
if car gets stolen? It's right. Posted.
And let's keep it a buck. I didn't roll with people who understood the adult side of the world, like credit cards and things of that nature that you need to secure rental cars and hotel rooms and things of that nature. Because we were in our early 20s, and what we should have known, we didn't. So again, a lot of that responsibility was on the person who had those actual things, right? So we get in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the hotel is it smells like mildew and moldy or whatever. So already, some not right when we walk in. We all looking at each other, and it has this like vintage look to it. But I'm I know about style and fashion and things. So I know sometimes when you go in certain places, they want the look to be vintage. That's the look they're going for. So I'm like, all right, maybe that's the look they're going for. So we go and we get the room key or whatever, and it's just so sketch. And we go up to the room, And I swear to you, it was like the room looked like some off Power or The Wire or something. We go in, it's two, which should be 2 queen size beds.
Yeah.
It's 2 full size beds.
Okay.
Yeah, keep in mind.
That's issue number one.
I'm a chubby chaser. Everybody know that. I love fat boys. I love fat men. Like I love fat men. So how this gonna work? Right, it's me and Jason, and we are equal size. And it's Bo and Crystal. They even though they want a couple, but it's like this just ain't gonna work, right?
Right.
So we go in the bathroom. The bathroom isn't clean.
Oh no.
Oh,
gross.
Gross. So the first thing that happened was the first room we went to check into, it went open for us. So they sent us to another room.
All right.
So that was the first problem. The room you actually sent us to wouldn't let us in, so you sent us to another room, which obviously hadn't been clean. And it has these 2 full size beds, which are supposed to be queen size beds. The bathroom's not clean. The room is cold, right? So we're looking around like, oh my God, this is what we gotta say. And when you're young in your 20s and you're just trying to get somewhere and have some fun, sometimes you make the decision like, I'll thug it out.
Yeah.
So it was like some just didn't feel good in my shine, in my soul. So I was like, no, I can't rock with it. Like, so I go over to the window and I pull the curtain back, and it's like an inch thick piece of ice across the window. What? I'm like, oh my God, it's so cold in here. Like, it was so cold that the condensation that was building up in the window
had
frozen. That's how we talk in Michigan. We're not talking.
Oh yeah, that's a different kind of cold.
It's for us.
That's Midwest cold,
right?
That's
for
different
us,
cold.
This is different. So we all started looking around the room to find the heater so we can cut the heater on.
Yeah.
We looking, we can't find it. So I called down to the front desk and I said, hey, can, already calling because I'm like, the room's not clean, the toilet, the bathroom's not clean, somebody's already used the toilet, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll get somebody to come clean it up. And I'm like, no, that's unacceptable.
We just need
on top of, where's the heating source to cut the heat on? Because we're in the process of trying to figure some shit out. But, I mean,
yeah, it's still cold.
Figure some stuff out. So, but we still cold, so we trying to make sense of it. And so the lady tells me, you don't have a heater in your room. The whole hotel is wired on a heating system, and it has certain times it comes on throughout the day and night.
What type of crap is that?
What?
Hold on, are you made to?
So I'm like, nah. Whoa. Nah, this ain't gonna work for us. We from Virginia. This room is sketch already. This is confirmation that
we gotta go.
Can't stay here. So she understood and was like, that's fine. Y'all can come. Gonna refund your money. Go back to your car. Blah blah blah, etc. So we go to a Hilton hotel, not far from there.
Okay.
Everything was great. And that's the thing I hate the most about when you're going out of town sometimes and you trying to find these reviews on these hotels. Sometimes they're not truthful.
Accurate.
It can say a Marriott hotel, but that don't mean it's owned by Marriott anymore, right? And so we get to the Hilton. Accommodations is through the roof compared to where we were. They have a parking deck. It's clean, it's up to date, it's legit. So Crystal says, I want to go get some beer because I don't want to get into the party, the Christmas party, and have to spend money on alcohol. So I'm like, cool.
Okay.
I'm not a drinker. At that time, I didn't drink at all. I was known to crack open a Yoo-hoo or two, but I didn't drink alcohol. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take her to get her some beer.
Mm-hmm.
We get chased by a crackhead.
What?
So we go in the store. Crystal and I, Bo and Jason stayed in the room. They wanted to sleep, get some rest or whatever. I look back on it now and I'm like, that wasn't the move. But I'm super aggressive and I know how to handle myself and how to carry myself and how to protect myself. But thinking back now, we should have made them go with us.
100%.
Because we're in Detroit, and I didn't know a lot about Detroit, but I knew enough about Detroit,
right?
Because that had been a couple of times. So we go to the store. Crystal goes in. She gets a beer. We're coming out, and this guy actually comes in the store with us. This older guy. He had on like a military type jacket, and he tells Crystal something like, "God bless America," something patriotic, and he hands her an American flag on a toothpick.
What nonsense is this?
So Crystal looks at me because I hate to say this, but we come from two different worlds. Crystal is like 5'3", 5'4", blonde hair, blue eyes, and she comes from the suburbs.
Right.
I come from the inner city. So she's looking at me and I'm giving her a look like,
don't engage.
Like, come on.
Right. Just
I'm giving her the look like he's sketch. Like,
right.
So she's looking at me like, what? I'm like, you're right. Come on. So she pays for the beer. We try to sprint out of the store. He's then walked to the back of the store, but he sees Crystal has this case of beer in her hand.
Of course.
So the whole purpose of him talking to her, giving her the little flag with the toothpick and everything and all of that, was to just kind of have some interaction or rapport with her. He starts yelling for us not to leave out the store. Because he's in the back of the store doing something or trying to grab a beer or something, and we take off. And we run. I mean, we sprinting to get to the truck. So we get to the truck. I hit the locks. I jump in the driver's seat. As soon as she snatches the door open and jumps in the driver's seat, all you see is a hand grab the door. And he's like, "Hey, baby, can I have one of those beers?" And she was like, "No." And he said, "Give me back my damn flag."
No, he didn't take his flag back.
So he says, "Give me back my damn flag." So Crystal was still holding it. She gave it back to him. He snatched his flag and walked on off. He was pissed. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's when it was like, all right.
Oh my God.
Dorothy, we ain't in Kansas anymore.
No,
right?
y'all aren't.
So we go back to the hotel. We tell Bolton what happened. They crack up laughing. And we thinking like, okay, that's the most eventful thing that's going to happen tonight. No. So we take, like, we rest, take a nap, whatever, get up, everybody gets dressed for the Christmas party, and we go. Mm-hmm. And this is downtown Detroit, and I'm going to keep references. We are
y'all in downtown Detroit. Yeah.
Not the outskirts.
Y'all in Detroit.
We're in Detroit, the D. So we get to the party, and if you would, you familiar with Broad Street?
Yeah. So
imagine parking on the street on Broad Street and getting out your car and then having to walk into whatever venue you're going to. So you're on a street.
On a street.
You're not in a parking deck.
Ooh, that's
a street. So already you fighting for
your life.
Space,
yeah, fighting for parking space and fighting for your life to move. Yeah.
We find a parking space that's on the same block, but it's a small ways. We can see the entrance, we can see the building, but we're down the block a little bit.
Okay.
So I park, right? We get out. Again, I'm from the inner city. I'm from the hood, so I know my people.
Yeah.
So we get out the car, and I hear somebody go like, psst, psst.
Here we go.
So I turn around and I look, and it's some people standing in the bushes. It's a man, it's two men and a woman. And he said, Miss Lady. And I said, yeah, what's up? So he walks around, comes out from between the bushes, and he says, I got a deal for you. I said, oh, okay. What's up? He said, you could pay me $10 to watch your car, or you could pay me $20 so my friends don't break into your car.
I'm sorry. That's
so
again. What kind of deal is that?
So again, I'm from the hood,
like,
so I know.
Right.
I know basically what. That's a nice way of saying you gonna give me $10.
You give me $10.
So I'm about to go in my pocket to get him the $10, and Bo's like, "Don't get him shit. You better not get him nothing." And I'm like,
Chill. You did couple chill. You know.
If you from,
you should know. You should know.
If you're not from the streets, or you ain't got people from the streets, or whatever the case may be, you don't understand street etiquette and things of that nature. So I heard him loud and clear when he said, "You can pay me $10 to watch your car. You can pay me $20 so my friends don't break into your car." So he already told me which one.
What is going to be?
So I'm like, I'm more street smart and savvy than the three I'm with. So I'm like, we in Michigan, it's gonna be a cold ride home if a window broke.
Right, and
it's a rental car.
We ain't from here.
You know, we even got a rental car from a sketch place. It ain't like this Enterprise.
Oh my God.
So, I gave him $10. I'm like, yo, chill. I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
So
Don't sweat it.
So I gave him $10. He's like, thank you, baby. And it's just something about certain people from the streets. It's a code. It's an honor.
Yeah.
You know? So we go into the party. Had a good time in the party. Come